Welcome back, guys, to Road to October. This is my weekly series where I take on my journey between now and Halloween. This is episode number 14, and we're pretty much done with this elevator, so let's get into it. All right, next up, I'm working on my doors here. I've already gone and painted the rust that's going to show up behind the latex paint, you know, with the Vaseline and all that stuff. So I went on Google image searches and I found a couple doors that I liked, just looking up rusty commercial doors. And this first one here, which has that black and yellow caution stripes painted on the bottom of it, I thought that was pretty cool. So I think I'm going to mimic that same thing on my doors here. And then this next one here, whoops, nope, not that one. This next one here, which has the these steel plates welded across the face of them, I'm going to try to mimic that, and I'm going to do that just by taking some 1/4-inch plywood, and then I got these googly eyes, which I painted up. These you just get large googly eyes at Walmart for, I think, a dozen of them for like $1. So that's going to mimic my my rivets and stuff. So yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool. We'll see. Nope, not that one. Maybe that one. So right now I'm in the midst of painting the doors for the elevator, and just like I did the wall panels, I did the metallic rust behind as a base coat, and then I did the Vaseline, the latex, and then the latex with the sawdust in it. And then, you know, rubbed it away just like I did before. I'm also adding this caution hazard area to the bottom of the doors, and I'm quickly learning that in this whole new realm of distressing and everything, you really kind of got to think about how things happen in nature and in real life. Where, example, this hazard area, this would have been painted when the door was, you know, brand new at one time. So I got to paint this on before I go through and then do my all other rusting and of course the wash coats and everything. But yeah, once that yellow dries, then I can mask off my stripes and everything, and then paint the black, because obviously it's easier to paint the yellow first and put the black over top as opposed to painting it black and then trying to paint yellow over top of that. So anyway, that's where we're at, and once we get this done, then I can flip it over, and then I have to do the other doors. And the other thing I still have to do are these panels here, which basically covers up the OSB on both sides where the walls are that the doors slide in front of. So, yep, that's where we're at. All right, we went from that to that in less than 10 minutes. And next I'm going to show you a real quick and easy way how to lay out diagonal lines like that. All right, to do our stripes, all we need is a roll of masking tape, speed square, pencil, and of course a beer. So what we're going to do, we've already masked off and painted our yellow on here. So right where the corner of this is, we're just going to take our masking tape, put it right up to that corner, and then slide our speed square right up to it. And then I'm going to make a mark here and a mark here on the tape itself. And then I'm just going to take a piece of tape, come on, and we're going to put it right here. And this way, this is going to make each stripe even, the same width. So, just like we did before, take the width of the tape, butt it right up against where that edge is. Come over here with our speed square, bump that up to that, make another mark. Make another mark, slide that down, get another piece of tape, like so. Okay, and we're just going to keep doing this over and over again until we get all the way down. And this is where the epic time lapse comes in. Alright, that's it. So now all I'm going to do is take a board, like I used earlier. I'm just going to lay this over. This is just going to protect the rest of the door here. And I'm going to grab my spray paint, which is over here. And this is where I do a really bad idea and leave the camera rolling while I spray black paint, because it's bound to end up on the lens. But we're gonna do it anyway. If I can get the lid off. There we go. All right. Go. The paint is still very wet. This is real time, so I'm gonna put a glove on so I can peel my tape off, because this is the funnest part. Normally I let the paint dry, but this is too exciting. See how we did? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Last but not least, there we go. Turned out pretty good and fast. Well, I kind of fucked up. So I mistakenly put a line of spray paint where there shouldn't be. This is basically where these bars run across here, and to give rust all the way around the perimeter of it, well, for whatever reason I thought it was down here, and I put a line right there. So it's not that big a deal. When I paint the other side and roll on the latex, I just have to come over here and paint over this and redo all of that. Not that big a deal, it just sucks. And I just stuck my finger in it now too, so awesome. So right now I'm resting up my elevator sign, and I got my palette of brown, orange, and black, and I'm just using the cheapo Walmart acrylic paints. And I'm just, normally I'd use a sea sponge, but I can't find the rest of my sea sponge, so I just got a regular old sponge that I cut up and cut some notches and stuff into it. So we're just going to paint this up. By the way, this is the same technique that I learned from Jamie Huggins on one of her rusting technique videos, which I will post in the link below. Alright, I think that's pretty good. I'm just going around looking for any hard edges and softening them up. And I think we're going to call this pretty good. And then last thing we're going to do is we'll grab some brown. Espresso brown. I'm just going to do a little mist over it. How about some of this? Because it's sitting right here. There. I think it looks pretty good. So it's a nice Saturday afternoon, finally. It's a little warm, but not too bad. And we're in the middle of painting the back side of the doors right now. Next I got to paint those back walls so I can get those up. And I got to do the stripes and stuff on the bottom of these doors. And I got my elevator sign painted up there to go on the other side. But yep, just a whole lot of painting going on today. So this time on my hazard stripe things here, I went ahead and left the latex on. It didn't rub off where the Vaseline was, and I went ahead and spray painted my stripes over top of it. And as you can see now, I'm just kind of rubbing away where the Vaseline is, and it gives us a pretty cool little distressed rustiness behind the paint here. All right, we got the elevator doors painted, all the wash coat and everything's done. Got them both sides, and just waiting for these to dry so we can get them put onto the elevator. I got these panels put on, did the wash coat and all that stuff, and as you can see, these panels actually extend on past the structure itself, and basically the purpose of that is just to cover up, hide all this stuff, The hallway and everything is going to be, you know, sitting right about here on either side, just to block that view. So I guess the next thing I got to do is get out the sliding door track and get those mounted so we can get the doors up. So I just got the first door hung on the elevator for the first time and got it rolling and everything, and I'm pretty stoked about how that worked out. So right now that I got it all worked out and everything, I got to take all this stuff down and paint it. But basically all it is, it's a sliding bifold track. It was a 2x2 that's screwed into a piece of 3/4 inch. So I'm a total of, what is that, 2 1/4 inches out, and that was necessary to get the hangers to sit back here. This is meant to go up in a header of a closet, but we had to get a little ingenuitive, is that a word, to make it work. So like I said, I'm going to pull it back down so I can paint everything so it's not so nice, shiny, 2x4-ish looking and steel and all that stuff. And I got a little guide down there to hold the door in place. But yep, so far we got one door working, and get the stuff painted up, put it back on, and we'll be good to go. So I'm trying to hold the camera left-handed and an airbrush in the right hand, but right where my handles mount to the door, it looks just kind of odd if the hardware is just mounted right to it without any type of distressing behind it. So I'm trying to make it look like there's, you know, rust and stuff happening behind here. So starting with some brown, and then I'll probably go in with a little bit of orange too. So yeah, doing that on both the inside and the outside of the doors. So since the floor of the elevator is plastic laminate, it's going to be kind of slick. So I went on eBay and I found some caution hazard. This is actually grip tape for skateboards, which I dungeed up with spray paints and everything, and now I'm just cutting them into strips, and then I'll lay those down here on the floor just to give it some more grip, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Alright, well that's pretty much going to do it for this week. I'm going to say the elevator is, for the most part, done. Just a couple little odds and ends, but we got the track on. It's all painted and kind of rusty. I just did that with some spray paint real quick. I even spray painted like all the hardware and stuff like that. Got our pole handle. I'm not crazy about it, but it's functional. Door slides really easily. So that's good. I might need some type of like latch to hold the door shut while the sequence is going. But got our grip tape down here. I noticed now that I don't know if you can see that I got two lights that are starting to flicker. I'm not sure if those are about ready to go out as well, but oh well. I do have a pole handle that I have to cut in, a flush pole. I don't have that yet, but that's one thing. I was going to add some. Oops, focus. Going to add some blood and stuff like that to like the handle and everything, but yeah, for the most part this thing is pretty much done. Go out this side. This is where the people will come through, and yep, so there we have it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Road to October. This episode ran a little long, and I apologize for that. I did want to say that last week we got a lot of comments regarding like the lights and stuff like that, and they don't necessarily all have to be on all the time, and so I'm going to take your guys' suggestion and just leave it the way it is. Leave one or two or whatever burnt out. Doesn't really matter. So it kind of fits the whole theme of the whole elevator. So also had a few private conversations with a few people. We kicked around some ideas and stuff. So got a couple other changes to do. But for the most part, we're done. I got to do some handrails. I got a decal that has been ordered forever that's still waiting to come in. But that's pretty much it. Next week we got a road trip planned, so I'm really excited for that. And hope you guys come back and see what we get into.